Alright, peace. I'm back. I just did a stream about cleansing, charging, and programming crystals. Um, However, I noticed that I was getting a lot of questions in the chat that I wasn't able to answer. So I wanted to reopen this stream to allow anyone to ask any questions about crystals. So those who aren't familiar with me, my name is Chrysalis Sun. I'm an energy healer. My specialty is crystal science, crystal energy healing. I'm based in Atlanta. That's where I do my work. I'm a yoga instructor. I do ritual work, all of that. Hey, wait, so who's from Cali? I just see somebody who says hello from Cali. That's actually where I'm from. So hello. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, this stream is going to be a lot more interactive. What part of Cali are you from? Okay, all right, and I have someone else who's from Texas. Okay, hi Fabian. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, I grew up in the IE, so I'm from San Bernardino, Riverside area. So hello, thanks for tuning in. I saw someone else from Texas, which is where I'm at right now. I'm in Houston until tomorrow, but yeah, this is going to be a lot more interactive. So not so much me just spitting out information already predetermined, but I really want to open myself to answering any questions anyone has about crystals, energy healing. It's starting to be a thing. Okay, so someone popped up and said they bought a salt lamp. Is it Himalayan salt? So type in, let me know if it's that cool orange, pink orange Himalayan salt lamp. Yes, okay. Do you have any questions about that? Yeah, it looks like salmon. Yeah. So the salt lamps, those are really cool. Himalayan salt, any salt is based minerals or crystals are for purification and okay, so cleansing. All right. So yeah, Himalayan salt is pure for purification, and it is for cleansing and getting rid of any negativity in a space. So you don't really have to do much to those because they're already for cleansing, and you can't really use the typical things that you can use to cleanse them. For example, like the salt lamps, they're salt, so you can't cleanse them in water because they'll disintegrate. So what I would do with mine is place it in sunlight. That's the best way to cleanse it. And then where's the best place for it? Well, because it's for purifying and getting rid of negativity, I would place it anywhere where you experience the most negativity. So a lot of people actually buy those and put them in their place of work. If they have an office or a desk or cubicle, a lot of people use them to get rid of any negative energy that you have at work. Okay, so it's in your living room. Is there any negative energy in your living room, or is that the area where mostly everybody is, like the most communal area? Let's see, I'm waiting for the answer. Okay. Okay, so the amethyst. Do you have any specific questions about the amethyst? Okay. Okay. All right. So, okay. So with the amethyst is for it's a third eye stone. And well, third eye in your crown chakra. So, you know, it is a form of quartz. Quartz crystals are one of the highest vibrational stones that you can work with. The reason why is because they form in geometric patterns similar to sacred geometry. So that's the reason why people use quartz crystals for everything spiritual. So amethyst, it gets rid of depression. It relaxes you. It helps you sleep. It cleanses any area. It also helps open up your psychic abilities. And it is very good at getting rid of any negative energy. So that with your salt lamp is, I mean, you pretty much have cleared any type of negative energy out of your home without even really realizing it. Now, you said there's white stones. Do you know what type of white stones they are or what they look like? Okay. Yeah, white crystals, oh, white, okay, clear quartz. Okay, so clear quartz is fun. I don't work a lot with clear quartz. I'm starting actually more to do it now. Clear quartz is, it's another one actually that is for the third eye and the crown chakra. It definitely eliminates any negativity. It clears your chakras. It clears your aura. Opens up, you know, purifies the subtle body, and all of that. So it's actually interesting that you have a lot of, you have the amethyst, you have the clear quartz, and you have the salt, clear quartz, the salt lamp, and the amethyst. So you actually have a lot of stones in your home that are opening up, pretty much clearing, raising your vibration, vibration of the home. So this guy told me to let them rest in rice to get rid of the bad energy for 24 hours. You know, I've heard of putting stones in rice. I don't really see how that is effective as far as like to rest or neutralize energy. So I haven't really, my question into you is, when you put have you done that? And if you have, what, yeah, I haven't really heard. I mean, I've heard, I mean, how would I put it? It's not, because of the energy from rice, I can't really see that being an effective way to neutralize or cleanse any stones. So if you're trying to neutralize that energy or arrest them, then I would bury them in earth, either sand or just in dirt, regular dirt from the ground. That would be the more effective way to do that. Now, somebody asked me a question about stones for mind control. Now, there are stones that will heighten or increase your willpower on others, but I'm not going to teach on that because ethically, that is karmically, there's some karma stuff with that. That's karmically unethical. So that's not something that I definitely would teach or advocate. So that's something, if you have questions on that, that I would definitely research on my own or on your own. But if you have a desire or a want to mind control or, you know, control other people's actions, then magic or crystal work or energy stuff is definitely not for you. So I'm just going to put that out there now. So let's see what's going on with the chat. Anybody else has any questions about stones? So what energy can I use to get your number? Oh, that's funny. I'm not going to answer that either. But thanks for trying. Now, I will say this. If you want to reach out to me personally, and those for who can't stay, because I just saw someone having to leave, saying they had to leave, reach out to me on Facebook, Chrysalis Sun. Yeah, that is my Facebook. Pretty much the way it's spelled on this Periscope. Okay, so I do see. All right. And emails. Okay, someone want me to email them. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, so Facebook me. I am on Instagram. So I could be reached. It's the same thing, Chrysalis Sun, except it's an underscore between the name, Chrysalis_Sun. So those are really kind of the best ways to catch me, for those who have to go. So are there anyone else who has any questions about crystals? Okay, so no activity. All right. So I'll just kind of talk a little bit more about crystals until someone has any questions. So my specialty is crystal healing, and what I do is I have a unique gift, and that gift is I am able to suggest stones specifically for people based on their zodiac. So I will say this, every stone is not for everybody. Some stones, because they amplify energy, they can create imbalances. So who's a Leo? So you're a Leo? Okay, so you're probably, if you're a Leo and you have questions about stones, what I can say off bat is that you're probably attracted to stones that have fire energy, because Leos are a fire element and ruled by the sun. So you are attracted to fire element stones or stones that stimulate the solar plexus. So you probably are attracted to carnelian, garnet, onyx, obsidian, tourmaline. You probably are attracted to tiger's eye. Citrine definitely is another one that is a favorite of Leo's. So, which is good because, you know, it does stimulate that fire energy, which is good for motivation and solar plexus and all of that. However, it can create an imbalance of too much fire energy, which could make you aggressive, domineering, hot-tempered. Leos are very known for being hot-tempered. And so what I do then, knowing that, is depending on the person, because it's not just your sign, it's also your chart, your overall birth chart. So for someone, you know, I can tell if you have an element missing in your birth chart and what type of stone that you can use to balance that. So for example, me, yes, I am a Leo. That's why I'm very much aware of which stones attracted Leos or drawn to Leos. But with my overall birth chart, I am a Gemini rising. I have a lot of Aquarius and a lot of Aquarius and a lot of Libra in my chart, and a lot of fire. So Sagittarius, Leo, and then I also have a lot of earth. So with all that being said, I have absolutely no water in my chart. So I am attracted to stones that promote that fire, but I need stones that are watery. So moonstone is one that's watery, kyanite is watery, you know, those are the stones I need to balance myself. However, I'm not attracted to those. I don't like kyanite. Well, I like it now because it balances the chakras and the auric field, but I'm not attracted to blue stones or I'm not attracted to blue stones, and I'm not attracted to green stones, but those are the stones I need to balance myself. So that's the trick with crystal magic or crystal energy healing that people don't know and aren't aware of. So, you know, there's certain things that, again, that I wouldn't apply or, you know, suggest for certain people depending on what imbalances that they have. So, any questions? Because, you know, Q&A is what this is. You're welcome. So, yeah, Leo, yeah, Leos either need stones that are water element or earth element, because there's a lot of Leos, especially the ones who are on the Cancer side, that Cancer Leo cusp, that need a little bit more grounding. So, you know, earth element stones are, you know, tourmaline, tiger's eye is an earth element stone. Okay, so how do you know what is your stone? Okay, tell me, when is your birthday? I need birthday. November 19th. Okay. So, okay. So we have a Leo, another Leo, and we have a Scorpio. So, Scorpios tend to be attracted to Tiger's eye is one that Scorpios are attracted to. Citrine is another one. So typically yellow colored stones is what I noticed that Scorpios are attracted to. So what it is that how do you know what stone is the one that you tend to be attracted to when you go to crystal shops? When you're attuned to your body and your spirit will automatically tell you what you need as far as crystal energy healing. However, again, it's important to be mindful because too much of a specific stone can create an imbalance. Same thing, you know, the August 9th birthday, the Leo, as I had mentioned earlier, typically, you know, Leos tend to be attracted to fire element stones. So that's kind of how you know basically what stones. Like when I first started doing crystal energy healing, do you feel okay? Yes, I will answer that question that just came up in a minute. When I first started doing energy healing, I was attracted to garnet. That was the stone that I was like, garnet everything, rings, necklaces, like that was my shit. Like that was my stone. But what I needed garnet, you know, at the time is for creativity. It's also a root chakra stone, and I was young at the time, so you know I needed a lot of root chakra work, and I was writing a lot, you know, as a youth. So that's what my spirit was telling me that I needed. Now someone just asked me if I feel vibration. Yes, I do. You know, again, I am an energy healer, and I'm empathic. So that's how I'm able to tell what type of stones that people need depending on their vibration. And again, it's a gift. I don't know anyone else who's doing that or who's able to do that. Because again, some people will prescribe certain stones. Some people will prescribe a general stone. So someone might say, for example, I'll answer that too. Some people will prescribe and say, okay, oh, you're hurt or your heart chakra's blocked. Oh, you need rose quartz as a general basic stone. But rose quartz is a very, very watery stone, very emotional. It will open up the floodgates of the heart. And if you're not ready for that, it could be too much. And for my water signs, that's way too much. For example, I would never recommend a rose quartz to a Pisces because Pisces are super, uber emotional. I love you, Pisces, but y'all are super emotional, super intuitive, super moon energy, and rose quartz, no, that's too much. But what I would recommend for a Pisces is aventurine. So aventurine is another form of quartz. It's actually a quartz crystal with copper impurities in it, which is what makes it aventurine. And you'll notice that when you use aventurine or you see it or you look at it, it has those slight specks of like, looks like little like brown spots or whatever. That's the copper impurity. So the copper in the aventurine is grounding, and that is what keeps, you know, a person using aventurine from being over emotional. However, aventurine is for the heart chakra, and it is for love and compassion and intuition and balancing on that end. But so it does the same thing as a rose quartz does, but it's not as intense and it's grounding. So I wouldn't. That's why I would recommend aventurine for a Pisces. But a rose quartz, I actually recommend those for people who have high fire energy. So all my Aries people, like, you know, I love Aries, especially, you know, Aries women, because, you know, y'all are feisty and y'all are so vivacious and so much fun. But that temper, y'all get in trouble with that temper and that impatience and, you know, holding grudges. You know, y'all can hold some grudges. So, you know, rose quartz is good because while it might be too much energy for a Pisces who's already emotional, it would be just enough to balance out the fire energy of an Aries. So those are the tricks to know with stones as far as, you know, because again, everything ain't for everybody. So that's that. All right, questions. Keep them coming. All right, no questions? No questions? Okay. Oh, in the last video, someone asked me where I get my stones from. So, oh yeah, if you feel my, okay. So here's the thing about feeling energy. In a public forum, you know, social media, especially something that's kind of, something like Periscope, it's not as easy for me personally to feel energy. Now, if it was, you know, especially because you have a bunch of people who are watching and tuned in, and you know, you have the, how would I put it? There's a lot of energy going on at once right now. So to say that I feel something specific from one person, that it doesn't happen for me that way. However, if we were, you know, on Facebook chatting one-on-one, or even like a phone call, or, you know, definitely face-to-face, I definitely would be able to feel energy. Now, if I could feel energy, I definitely wouldn't say what energy I'm feeling on a public forum, because that's also very personal, and I see things and feel things that some people might not want put out there. So I'm very respectful when it comes to honoring that space of people that might not necessarily want themselves to be exposed in that way. So I will say that. Now, someone asked me a question about tiger eye, and I wasn't able to catch the whole question. Can you ask that again? I need, yeah, please ask that again. I didn't exactly catch the question, if it was, or can you clarify if it meant, if you were asking what to do with tiger's eye? Okay. All right. Okay. Where did you get the tiger's eye from? Did you purchase it, or was it a gift? Because that's another thing too. Is okay. Oh, okay. So you haven't purchased a tiger's eye yet. Okay. So I just kind of wanted to. Okay, now I understand. So, tiger's eye is it's a masculine stone. Actually, and then someone else asked me, I think I might have mentioned it earlier, that for those who are Scorpios, tiger's eye is a good stone for Scorpios. But yes, it's a masculine stone. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a man to use it, but the energy in tiger's eye is masculine. So which means it's a very action oriented stone. It's for motivation. It's a warrior stone. So anything that you're out like doing work or getting resources, or, you know, being motivated, it's a stone for that, specifically. It's for, it helps with the base and the solar plexus. It protects. So if you wear it on you, it'll protect you from any negative energy. And it will, it brings prosperity. So there's a part of it that is good for generating money and abundance. But mainly, more than anything, tiger's eye is for getting rid of negativity. So if you purchase it, the best thing to do is use it, like wear it on you. That's what most people do. Tiger's eye makes some really beautiful jewelry. So, you know, earrings. I know of a guy who bought tiger's eye earrings and used them in order to control the type of energy from what he heard. So it filtered out any negative energy from things that he heard, like music or conversations, or even someone saying something negative to him, like it filtered that. So earrings, rings, necklaces. So that's, you know, tiger's eye is really the best for jewelry. And really the best for keeping on you. So I wouldn't really use it as a decorative piece, like, you know, maybe putting it around the house. It's not really effective that way. So if you get tiger's eye, I would purchase it as jewelry and wear it, and it'll protect you from your environment. Any other questions? You're welcome. Oh, Yes, so that's what I was meant to get back on. Oh, someone's from Moscow. Hi. Awesome. It's cool getting people in from other countries. So, yeah, that's what's up. So, someone asked me in the last video about where I get my stones from. I lived in Las Vegas for several years, and there is a very large crystal shop in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it is pretty much a crystal warehouse, and that's actually where I was getting all of my stones from, especially because they knew, they could tell me where they got their stones from, like where they were mined and where they came from. That's really important to know when you're purchasing stones. Like, you want to know where it comes from. So you know, they sold a lot of stuff wholesale, so I can get stones in bulk, and you know, either use them for my own personal use or use them in the energy healing work that I was doing. So I do, even though I live in Atlanta now, I do fly back to Vegas every, you know, at least every 3 to 4 months. And so, so yeah, I'll answer that question too. So I go every 3 to 4 months, and I'll go purchase all the stones I need to purchase, and then I'll, you know, ship them out, or, you know, I'll bring them back with me to the East Coast. So that's where I get my stones from. However, when I need something that I can't wait to go to Vegas to get, there's 2 stores in Atlanta that I get my stones from. One is called Crystal Blue. It's, anyone who lives in Atlanta knows of Little 5 Points. It's, you know, the hippie area of the city. It has a crystal shop called Crystal Blue, and they really have one of the best selections of stones that I've ever seen and experienced there. So I'll go, and reasonable price too, because I'll say this: a lot of stones don't need to be sold for as much as they are sold for. You know, there's stones that are rare that should be expensive, you know. So moldavite is one, malachite's, you know, an expensive stone. Those should be pricey, but stuff like amethyst, you know, common stones, carnelian, selenite, you know, like they are overpriced. So that is, you know, that's why I like Crystal Blue. The other place I like going to is Phoenix and Dragons, which is in Sandy Springs, on the north part of Atlanta, and they have more of a selection than Crystal Blue. However, the only downside I can say to Phoenix and Dragons is that they their stones are out on display, and pretty much anybody can touch them and put their hands on them. So that's kind of the part that I don't really like. However, at Crystal Blue, most of the stones are behind cases, so they're not being handled by just anybody. So that's where I get my stones. Someone asked me what I do. I am a yogi. I teach yoga. I'm an energy healer. I'm also a real estate agent. That's my side thing. So that is what I do. So are there any other questions? Because if not, I'm going to wrap this up. I just kind of wanted to answer some things that didn't get answered in the last video. Alright, nothing. Well, thank you for tuning in. I will do this, you know, very often. So, thank you, and I look forward to chatting with you at another time.